ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini mates, yeah, I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs.
Yeah, I can mess with my other little light. I got 4 lights set up right here. 2 lights on either side shining against the backdrop. And I can't even speak fucking English. I still think that a shadow is being casted across the bottom. I'm not sure. I had to move the backdrop up a little bit. But anyway, 2 lights on either side and pointing directly at the backdrop, and 1 light kind of shining on Vader through the side of the light box, and then 1 light directly above, which is the color light that you see. I kind of don't want to show it because my shit is a mess right now, but yeah, 1 light on that side, and then 1 light on that side, and then that light, and then 1 light shining right down on Vader. More simple stuff you can do. Pulled in the camera real close. Got the little mini Ant-Man here, and you know, pulling in the camera really close to get a shot or shoot a video is a very easy way to get a clean, contained scene. You know, something like this though, you just gotta kind of get the line of sight right on everybody. I'm not even sure if I'm 100% there yet. I kind of like the way Thunderbolt is looking, and Wrecker here. But yeah, something like this is just all about line of sight. You should take your absolute time trying to put together something like this and getting the line of sight right and getting everybody looking directly at Ant-Man. But same setup as far as the lights. I got a light on the left and the right shining against a white backdrop, and then a light directly overhead right here. And I think you can see everything pretty well, so that's decent. Light box, just pulled it out a little bit. Think about getting everything into the frame. Think about hit another angle. I think that looks pretty solid. Got a little something here. Actually, might be showing up a little dark on camera, but I'm pretty happy with this, and the photos are showing up nice and bright and vivid. So I'm gonna get some photos. I'm happy with the composition of this. I hit all the stands pretty well, and it looks like a nice splash, like cover page shot. So if you don't know, this is one of the most articulated Spider-Man ever put out. I mean, like every single point on this figure is articulated. So I wanted to open it for a couple of reasons. One thing about it though is you can see that it's like really muscular and not really that skinny build that you would normally associate with Spider-Man. So this is probably something that you want to pair with like a Marvel Select figure or something to kind of make the scale look right, because he's really muscular for Spider-Man. But yo, this thing is so like articulated. So I wanted to open it because I wanted to see 2 things. I know that some of the other ones had like a problem with this lower articulation here at the top of the boot, where some of them ones from that time when I bought this one was separating here. It wasn't broken, it was just the peg was loose and you could just put it right back in. This seems like it's okay right now as I mess with it. But we also about to do a soft launch of another new item on the A.C.B.A merchandise site that's associated with Spider-Man. So I wanted to get this open, and yeah, I'll show you all the articulation real quick. The head is on a ball joint, so you could actually turn the head here. But the neck has articulation too, so it turns at the neck. The joints is real tight right now. I'm gonna have to run this guy into some hot water or something. But this head can go all the way up. Like you could really get him in a nice crouching pose. I believe this is the extra point of articulation that this figure had in comparison with the Sinister Six Spidey. You can see that this point comes out there, but it could kind of also rotate on the joint there. Then you still get a ball joint at the shoulder, and you get bicep swivel. These joints is all tight. I'm gonna have to put some hot water on it. You get a double jointed elbow. You get a wrist swivel here, which I can't turn right now. The hinge, the fingers are individually articulated. You get upper articulation at the upper chest here, plus you still get a nice deep ab crunch, plus you get waist articulation. You get the ball joint here, upper thigh, double jointed knees, the rotation at the shin. You get, you know, a hinge, and you get an ankle pivot. So this guy's got mad articulation. But yeah, I've been talking for a minute, and yeah, I'm gonna get him in. There you go, quick little something. It looks, it just looks really clean. So it's not much different with this Hulk, but for whatever reason, I do still really like it. I ain't really about to do much here. I'm just kind of cycling through some different things and trying to figure out what I'm doing next. Just want to show them in a kind of enclosed setting. This figure is really, really nice. The posability, hands, the assault rifle, the sidearm. Just tweaking this a little bit. I'm trying to get some good shots. I was able to walk over to Image Anime the other day when I got off of work and finally pick up my Mafex Batman, which had a broken peg on the hand. I don't know if you remember, I showed this in a couple episodes back. So they fixed the peg on the hand. It was an okay repair. It wasn't exactly what I expected. I'll show it in a moment. But I also had I have the Joker, and I also had the Catwoman on pre-order, and I ended up canceling my pre-order for her so I could order the Spider-Man wave. And I don't know, maybe I'll still get the Catwoman and get all three. I do have the Bat-Pod. I don't know how I feel about this right now. I'm not like overly excited about it. And honestly, if I get the Catwoman, I might just put all four together, the Batman, the Joker, the Catwoman, and the Bat-Pod, and just sell them as a lot, honestly. We'll see. I'll see what happens. Depends on what's coming out around that time that I care about more. So you can see, and even a new peg is longer. You see how this is hinging all the way down and up, and this is not. And that new peg is longer, so it's not really the same. So I'm realizing that the original hands that come with them will fit on this new peg. It's not the greatest fit, and it looks like the peg actually got pushed back into the arm a little bit. But now the actual hands that are specifically for holding the handles on the Bat-Pod, it's not fitting on here. So I'm over this right now. Like, I'm over this figure, and like I'm mad that I paid the $20 for the repair and I only checked the one hand before I left the store. I should have not paid shit. I should have been like, yo, I'm not paying for this, and just bounce. But you know, it is what it is. I'm kind of over this Batman though. Like, I really just feel like getting rid of it. This is by far the worst purchase that I've made this year in 2015 so far. This has got to be like the top 3 worst purchases ever. This is just a big fail on Hasbro's part. I'm sure by now you've seen plenty of reviews on this. So it was pretty difficult for me to even get it here. I'm making it look nice, I guess, but I mean, this really isn't worth anything. I mean, it's mostly because the parts don't stay on, the legs don't stay on, the wings don't really stay on, they just keep falling off. You're not going to get this thing to stand up on its own, and you're definitely not going to get it to stand up with something riding on the back. So, I mean, it's just really stupid. And not to mention that, I mean, it's a giant ant, so if you want to try to put it into something display-wise, you're really going to have to... You're going to have a hard time trying to find other items that are in scale and really do perspective shots. It's going to be difficult because it's a huge ant, and technically it's supposed to just be a magnified shot of a really tiny ant, really, like, you know. So but yeah, the figure is shit, basically. So I would definitely recommend that if you have not spent any money on this thing yet, then you should not. Please don't. I always talk about pre-posing stuff before I actually bring it down into the light box. So I had talked about this, but yeah, you can see everything's like pretty sturdy and together, and then I just sat it down in here and started setting up the scene around it. But I wanted to make sure I get this tight with the choking pose and him on a chair and everything. It was posed pretty nicely there. So thanks again to my man Junior, man. I really appreciate you, brother. I had to sit this down in the light box and talk over some Star Wars stuff for a minute, because I was actually with my man Danny LeBlanc today. I met him. I actually played like halfway hooky from work and shit. And took like an extended ass lunch break. And met up with my man Danny at his restaurant and had some lunch, and then we went by True to see if they had the new Rhino Wave over there. But somebody that he know, I don't even know if I should be saying all this shit, but fuck it. Somebody that he knows is going to get us into Force Friday at Times Square, Toys R Us, that day, so we won't even actually have to wait in line or even deal with none of that shit, and we'll be able to get whatever we want. So that's pretty exciting. And something else is actually happening that day that I probably can't talk about. I think I gotta like sign a release or some shit. So so I'll talk about that in the next episode. But yeah, again, thanks to my man JR, and thanks Danny for lunch. And I hope we get to do this thing, man. The Spider-Man wave the other day. I still got mad stuff to open, but quick little setup. Always be campaigning for the polyester. This is polyester you see here as smoke, which works much better than cotton. It's easier to kind of pull apart and to really make it look thinner and more vaporized, I guess you could say. And just a couple of props and Rhino and SA, 2 cutouts. And this is the old Toy Biz Spider-Man here, so something quick and easy. You could do it too. I'm inside the light box. I'll pull back. You can see. But yeah, I'm inside the light box, and this is really simple. Boom. I definitely got more burn in the comics, so tuck them back there. I had some the legs on this guy over here was floating a little bit on that guy here. I had to plant them down, but I think this is a cool little scene. Maybe I could turn Chameleon's head a bit. Oh, I forgot he was holding up the wall. I think I'm okay with that angle, and I don't know. I've been messing with this cutout for a while. I think I'm okay with that. Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with another episode of Main Course. There you have it. Another way to use the A.C.B.A flight stands right there. I mean, it doesn't have to be always upright. You could use it to prop up stuff and just make sure everything is holding. So I got them on the left and right here to hold up those 2 guys, and then I just got the one in the front just leaning on this guy and just kind of built it. It's sturdy. It's pretty sturdy. He was leaning a little bit, but yeah. He's good actually. And then I got Deadpool with a stand under the bite. He's pretty good though. I'll move this little smoke to cover it so you can see though. But yeah, he's pretty good. Regardless, fits on there nice.